and welcome to the Shy Sheep. On this week's video, we're going to be discussing some of the figures that I wish existed. Obviously, these are all going to be very personal preference things, so if there is a figure that you wish for that I have not included on this list, I apologize, and I wish for your sake that it exists. But yeah, I thought we'd have some tea and a chat and discuss all the figures we wish existed of characters. I have a list on my phone and it's quite a long list, so I'll just try and go through everything pretty quickly. The list is in no particular order, of course, it is just as I thought of things and as they came to mind. Also, just a little side note, does anyone like my shirt? I recently got it as a birthday gift from my mom, and my boyfriend helped her pick it out. So, and I really love it. In and out. Number one is a Violet Evergarden figure. That anime is really good, like really good, but it's also so sad. I don't think I can watch an episode without bawling my eyes out. I'm sorry if you can hear any typing in the background. But yeah, it would be so cool to have a Violet figure because it's such a good anime, and Violet, oh, you feel so much for Violet, and she's actually really kind. And I would love a figure of her, like with her, I don't know what that like little pretty umbrella is that she holds, like parasol? Umbrella? With her like running across the lake, like something to that effect, at least with her jumping with the umbrella and like her foot touching the lake. Like that would be really cool if there was a figure like that existed, but of course there isn't. I really love Fruits Basket. It's just so good. I really want to read the manga, but it's so difficult to like find the physical copies anyway. So for now, I've watched the anime obviously, and the anime was really good, and I don't know, that anime crept into my heart very quickly, and all the characters are just perfect, and the storyline is amazing. It ends amazingly. So yes, I know that the Yuki and Kyo Nendoroids were just, their prototypes were finally announced, which I'm very excited about. Even though they're from Toy Tech, probably still gonna get them because it's Fruits Basket, so kind of have to. But I'd love some more Nendoroids of like all the Zodiacs and of Toru. That would be so cool. I mean, I'd also really love some scale figures of them. Like, let's be honest, I'd love scales of all the Zodiacs and Toru. But if I had to like describe some figures to you, I would really love a Toru scale in that pink kimono with the sunflowers on. I think it's from like the outro of season 2, I'm pretty sure, but I mean, I'd love scales of all of them in those kimonos from that outro. That would be so cool, just to have a whole set of the Zodiacs and Toru with those kimonos on. That would be amazing. But I would settle for ordinary clothes too, you know, settle, like it would still be amazing. But yeah, I'd be happy with any Fruits Basket scales, but I would kill for that Toru kimono with the sunflowers because she is so cute, so cute. For Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, I feel like we need a Winry figure. I wish that there was a really cool Winry figure in any of the outfits that she wears, but I really like the one, like I think it's her cargo pants and like the tube top or something, and like she has the bandana. I don't know, I think that one looks really good. She looks really cool with that sort of character design, and I feel like she would look really cool like with some sort of like tool for the automail that she makes and repairs in her hands as well. That would be cool. In the same vein as Fullmetal Alchemist, I just feel like we need a really good Riza Hawkeye figure and Greed figure, because I know there is that Greed figure releasing now, I think. But I don't really like his face, so I would like another greed figure. Greedling, I should put, because I like him with a ling. And Riza Hawkeye, well, I mean, Riza's just so cool. I mean, she's so badass, you have to love her. I would really like just like Riza by herself, you know, like just a really cool figure of Riza. Then I obviously feel like we need Haikyuu scales, because we have Haikyuu Nendoroids, which I'm very thankful for. But I feel like the companies are really, like the figure manufacturers are like really sleeping on Haikyuu scales, because they are male figures, but they would do really well. I mean, look how well the Haikyuu Nendoroids are doing. So there is demand for Haikyuu scales out there, and I would definitely be one of the people who goes and purchases the Haikyuu scale. So yeah, I feel like they could do so much with it, like with the volleyball, they could have like really interesting poses. The bases could be like volleyball courts. That would be so cool. Then you could have the little Nendoroid version of them next to the scale version. Oh. Imagine like a little Hinata, like with his hand like back in his like ready to fly pose. Oh, that would be so cool. Or even like if he was in the air, like about to hit the volleyball, that would be equally cool. But I really like the idea of his little wings. I don't know, it just feels like there could be so many cool ones. Or like Bokuto in his hey 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 pose. Like, come on, that would be such a cool scale. That would be amazing. The fruits basket ones and like Haikyuu scales, like they're high on the list of wishes. Although I don't know if like I'm being very wishful or if those are all actual possibilities. I feel like we need a Tanjiro scale. I know that there are Tanjiro scales, but I just feel like all the scales of Tanjiro that there are, his face is not very accurate. There's always like something about his face to me so far that's been like a little bit off, and it's really upsetting because I love him so much. He's so kind. He's like one of the kindest characters ever, and I don't know, I think that he needs a good scale with it. Like, I think the scales themselves look amazing with like all the effects around him of like his water breathing or fire breathing. The face, like, come on. I just want a good Tanjiro scale, you know? Like, they're all good, it's just the face. I just want a good face Tanjiro scale. I also feel, from Demon Slayer, that we should have some more Hashira scales. I know there are quite a few, like there's obviously Gyu and there's Shinobu, and now there's some Rengoku scales, but I just feel like all the Hashira deserves some scales, you know? Like, they all just look pretty cool. They all have really great character designs, and I haven't read the manga. I would love to, but it's really difficult to find right now. But I look forward to getting to know all of them in the anime, especially in season 2 and stuff. So but yeah, so I just feel like they deserve some scales. Okay, so a Nobara scale does exist, obviously. Kotobukiya is making that one. However, and I do think that's a really good scale of her. I'm actually very tempted to purchase her. But I actually would really love a Nobara scale of her with all the roses on her arm and her face, with her like slamming her nail. Oh, whoops. I'm gonna put a thing for a spoiler. But I'd love a scale of her like smacking those nails into her arm, or at least like something like that, but like with the roses on her face and then the nails in her arm. I feel like that sounds like a really gruesome figure, but I felt like Nobara was so cool in that episode. Like, she was insane and I loved her so much. So I feel like that would be such a cool figure of her, and it would also really showcase her insane personality, or like insane fighting personality. I don't know why I'm so excited about any of this stuff. It doesn't exist. I'm just imagining my excitement in the future if there's ever like any of these were announced, and I'd be so giddy like a child. From the 7 Deadly Sins, of all of them need figures. I'd really love an Elizabeth scale of her just in her normal outfit, because I know there's a pop-up parade of her like that. But I'd really like a scale of her, like just a normal 1/7 instead of like the 1/4 bunny, which is hopefully releasing next month. I love a Meliodas scale, I love a Bond scale. I think there's a Bond scale that exists, but I'm not 100% sold on his face. Like, I'm kind of sold on his face, but like not 100%, you know? I'd love an Elaine scale, I'd love a Diane scale, I'd love a King scale, I'd love a Gotha scale, love a Merlin scale. I have complained about my the Lelouch and C.C figures. I'd really love a good, accurate faced Lelouch. I think there is one, but I just like some options, you know, or like maybe one that's even better. And then I'd really like, let me specify, I'd really like a good C2 figure where she is not lying on her stomach with her ass in the air. Cause, you know, that bunny figure is good of her face is accurate, but I really don't like the pose because it's like so unoriginal. So yeah, I'd really love a uniquely posed C2 figure that is also accurate in the face. And also Princess Euphy. I need a figure of Princess Euphy, so I'd really love a really good scale figure of Princess Euphy. I think that's a bit of wishful thinking though. But one can only dream. I'd still love her in her pretty dress. Along the lines of Fate, I love Archer. I love him so much, and I just feel like he doesn't have a scale. I think he has like one where you can like switch out his head, but I'm not a fan of his face again. But yeah, I feel like he deserves a scale, like a really good scale, because Archer is a solid character and he's really cool. Besides Gilgamesh in the Fate series, Archer's like my next favorite boy. So, you know, I'd really love an Archer figure because also he has like the big red cape as well. So imagine how cool it would look, because, you know, they did that cool figure with Mythos or Mythos with Gilgamesh with his cape flinging around. So they could do something cool with Archer as well. And he has his bow and he has his swords. He has so much that you can do with him. Anyway, then we have a Shirogone figure from Kaguya-sama Love is War. I would love a Shirogone figure, especially I would love a kitty ear Shirogane, I should specify. Because then he would match the Kaguya and the Chika scale with the kitty ears, and I just feel like that is something I would definitely be interested in having. Food Wars needs some love on here since I haven't mentioned them in a while, but oh my god, we need a Soma scale. I love Soma so much. Soma is best boy, okay? He needs all the love and he deserves a scale. He is so amazing. Like, come on, just give him the scale he so rightly deserves. And there's Soma with no scales. Like, no, not even a Nendoroid. Soma doesn't even have a Nendoroid. I would love Soma to have an Nendoroid. If he can't have a scale, have an Android. If he can't have an Android, have a scale. If he can have both, that would be perfect. And I know we have a Rindo bunny, but I actually thought it would be really cool to have just like a normal like 1/7 or 1/8 Rindo scale of her in like that rare meats getup, where I know when she was introduced as like the rare meats expert, she was like in like that like leathery like loin cloth kind of thing, and she has like the like a rainforest behind her, and I think she has like a fish or something, like some weird exotic fish, and she has like a skull on her head, and I feel like that would be a really cool figure of Rindo. Like, that would be amazing. So yeah, I really wish that that Rindo figure existed. And the last three that I have on my list, this is just a quick little additional Haikyuu Nendoroids. We need a Tendou and a Suna Nendoroid, and I don't think that's too much wishful thinking because we got a Kita Nendoroid. So I feel like Tendou and Suna could potentially make it onto the Nendoroid list for Haikyuu. They would be so cute and I would snap them up as soon as possible. Then from the anime Parasyte, I feel like we need a Shinji and a Migi figure, like with Migi maybe coming out of his hand and Shinji with like his cool pushed back hair. Like basically him on the cover art of the anime. Well, at least that was like the cover art for like Netflix. Yeah, that would be really cool. I'd really love that figure. I loved Parasyte. It was a brilliant anime. And I'm very sad that there's no Shinji and Migi figures. Because I feel like it definitely deserves a lot more love in the figure realms, okay? I'd love an Android of them too. I feel like that would be a really cute Android as well. My last one is kind of cheeky, I feel. It's just more Jujutsu Kaisen scales. Like, I know that there's quite a lot coming out, but I also feel like you always need variety. I mean, look how much variety we have for Saber scales, right? So I feel like we need some variety for the Jujutsu Kaisen scales. I feel like Jujutsu Kaisen is really popular, so asking for more Jujutsu Kaisen scales is probably not too wishful, I think. So yeah, I'd like to know what your guys' figures are that you wish existed. I feel like I have quite a long list of figures that I just wish were out there. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video and maybe we share some of the same figures that we wish for. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that I made you smile and brighten up your day a little bit, even if it's just a teensy bit. And yeah, I hope to see you here next week, but if you don't want to, it's okay, I understand. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I also just wanted to say, I'm pretty sure before I filmed this, I was almost on 300 subscribers, which I just wanted to say thank you so much to everyone for subscribing. It truly means so much to me, you have no idea, because I'm like, I can't believe someone like wants to subscribe to watch to me subscribe to me to watch me every week, or to watch my videos, you know, like it's quite a surreal feeling. Like it really warms my heart and it makes me so happy, and I don't think I can express how grateful I am to like all of you who have subscribed to me and all of you who always leave comments. It really makes me smile so much, so thank you so much. It makes me so happy, and I'm always really excited to speak to you down in the comments. So thank you so much for being here, and I hope you all have a lovely day, and I will hopefully see you next week. Bye guys!